What's up, Raider Nation? Victor here, and I'm telling you right now, this might be the most important offseason opening we've had in years. No exaggeration. Think about this for a second. The Raiders just finished the season, averaging 14.2 points per game, dead last in the entire NFL. That's not just bad. That's historically bad for a franchise that built its identity on offense, swagger, and scoring. And the organization knows it. That's why Pete Carroll is out. And that's why everything happening right now points in one clear direction. The Raiders are going all in on fixing the offense. And here's where things get really interesting. On one hand, you've got the Raiders holding the No. 1 overall pick, with a rookie quarterback likely coming in to be the future of this franchise. On the other hand, there's serious smoke around a major offensive upgrade via trade, a proven elite playmaker who could immediately change how defenses line up against us. Not a project, not a maybe, a real difference maker, and possibly for a surprisingly low price. Now combine that with this. According to Adam Schefter, the Raiders are either days or weeks away from landing an offensive-minded head coach who just led a unit to top 3 scoring in the NFL, helped revive Sam Darnold's career, and is currently coaching in the Super Bowl. Multiple insiders are saying this job is basically his to lose. So let me ask you, Raider Nation, and be honest with yourself. What happens when you pair a young quarterback, an elite tight end like Brock Bowers, a dynamic back like Ashton Jeanty, and then add one more star weapon with a modern offensive coach calling the plays? Are we talking rebuild, or are we talking instant respect in the AFC? Because that's the crossroads the Raiders are standing at right now. Today's video connects all the dots. The coaching hire that could finally modernize this offense, the bold trade idea that could accelerate the rebuild overnight, and whether this front office is ready to take a calculated risk to bring the silver and black back where it belongs. But before we dive in, let me say this loud and clear. Only real Raiders fans should hit that like button. And if you truly believe the Raiders are about to turn this thing around this year, go ahead and subscribe to Raiders Nation Update. We're building this community the same way we want the team built, the right way. Alright, Raider Nation, buckle up. Raider Nation, this news might have you sitting up straight, because we're talking about a possible blockbuster move that could completely change the Raiders' offense in 2026. What if I told you the Raiders could land one of the best wide receivers in the entire NFL, for a 3rd and a 5th round pick?
Yeah.
The problem, Raiders' offense was historically bad. Let's be honest, Raider Nation, the Raiders' offense in 2025 was the worst in the entire NFL. 14.2 points per game, dead last. That's not Raiders football. That's not silver and black. That's embarrassing. Pete Carroll is gone, and all signs point to the Raiders hiring an offensive-minded head coach, possibly someone like Clint Kubiak, who thrives on play action, spacing, and explosive weapons. The No. 1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft is almost certainly going to be used on a quarterback, likely Fernando Mendoza. But that creates a big problem. How do you help a rookie QB right away? The solution: A.J. Brown trade rumors. That's where this rumor gets interesting. According to CBS Sports' Tyler Sullivan, the Philadelphia Eagles could be willing to trade All-Pro wide receiver A.J. Brown, and the Raiders are listed as a serious potential destination. And let's talk about the player we're discussing here. A.J. Brown career resume: multiple 1,000-yard seasons, consistent Pro Bowl, All-Pro level production, physical, dominant, elite, after the catch, a true alpha WR1. This is not some washed-up name. This is still one of the most feared wide receivers in football. Why the Eagles might move on now? Why would Philly even consider this? Well, the relationship has clearly gotten rocky. Sideline argument with head coach Nick Sirianni during the playoff loss to the 49ers, frustration with his role in the offense, big money coming up, $29 million in guaranteed salary in 2026. He turns 29 years old soon. Brown also showed some signs of decline in 2025, a few key drops in that playoff loss, and when you combine age, contract, and drama, teams start listening to trade calls. The shocking part, the price, here's where it gets wild. Raider Nation, Tyler Sullivan believes A.J. Brown could be acquired for a 3rd and a 5th round pick. Let that sink in. For comparison, Eagles traded a 1st round pick for Brown back in 2022, but now, older, expensive, contract-heavy, that price is absolutely reasonable for a team desperate for offensive firepower. Is it worth the risk for the Raiders? Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Victor, haven't the Raiders been burned before trading for disgruntled star receivers? Yes, we all remember the pain. But here's the difference with A.J. Brown. No major off-the-field issues. Not a locker room cancer. He just wants the ball. Like every elite WR in NFL history, that's not a red flag. That's competitiveness. Imagine this offense. Now picture this for a second. Fernando Mendoza rookie QB, A.J. Brown as your WR1. Brock Bowers dominating the middle, Ashton Jeanty in the backfield, an offensive-minded coach like Clint Kubiak calling plays. That's balance. That's explosiveness. That's an offense that actually scares defenses. For a rookie quarterback, having A.J. Brown is like cheat codes activated. So here's my take. Raider Nation. For a 3rd and a 5th round pick, this is absolutely a risk worth considering. The Raiders don't need more projects. They need proven difference makers. A.J. Brown instantly becomes the best WR on the roster, a safety blanket for a rookie QB. A tone setter for the entire offense. Is it guaranteed? No. Is it risky? Sure. But doing nothing is the biggest risk of all. Now I want to hear from you. Would you trade a 3rd and a 5th for A.J. Brown? Or would you rather build strictly through the draft? Drop your take in the comments. I read every single one. In Raider Nation, we've got major news coming straight from one of the most trusted insiders in the NFL. According to Adam Schefter, Clint Kubiak is definitely getting a head coaching job after the Super Bowl. In Raider Nation, the Raiders are right in the middle of it. Before we jump in, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and help us reach our goal of 1,500 true Raiders fans who believe this franchise is about to turn the page. All right, let's talk about what this really means for the silver and black. Schefter drops the bomb, so here's the headline. On the Pat McAfee show, ESPN's Adam Schefter said it loud and clear. Clint Kubiak is definitely getting one of those jobs. Those jobs, Las Vegas Raiders, Arizona Cardinals, and that's it. Those are the only 2 head coaching vacancies left in the NFL heading into the 2026 season. When Schefter says definitely, Raider Nation, that's not speculation, that's inside information. Why this feels like the Raiders' job to lose, according to Jeremy Fowler. One candidate told him that the Raiders' job is probably Kubiak's job to lose. Let that sink in. The Raiders were previously linked to Joe Brady, now Bills HC Brian Daboll, now Titans of C. Davis Webb, who reportedly withdrew from the search one by one. Those doors closed. And now, all signs point to Clint Kubiak being the top and maybe final target. Who is Clint Kubiak, really? Let's talk football. Clint Kubiak isn't just a name, he's a system builder. Son of Super Bowl winning coach Gary Kubiak, current Seahawks offensive coordinator. Helped Sam Darnold revive his career, led Seattle to 8th in total offensive yards. 3rd in points scored in the 2025 regular season. That's elite production. This offense wasn't flashy just for the highlights. It was efficient, balanced, and quarterback-friendly. And Raider Nation, doesn't that sound like exactly what this team needs right now? Fit with the Raiders' future, let's connect the dots. The Raiders hold the no. 1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. A rookie quarterback, likely Fernando Mendoza, is coming. Kubiak's system is built on play-action timing routes, protecting young QBs, maximizing tight ends and RBs. Imagine that with Brock Bowers' Ashton Genty, a young QB learning in a structured, proven offense. This isn't just about hiring a coach, this is about building an identity. Raiders vs Cardinals now. Arizona is still in the mix. They've also shown interest in Mike LaFleur, Rams OC. They even hosted him for 2 days. But here's the difference. The Raiders offer a clean reset. The no. 1. Pick a massive market, a legendary brand, and a fan base starving for real leadership. If you're Clint Kubiak, which situation gives you a better chance to define your legacy? What's next? Kubiak can't officially agree to a deal until February 9th, the day after the Super Bowl between the Seahawks and Patriots. Until then, Raiders and Cardinals are expected to meet with him, no distractions. No more interviews once Super Bowl week begins. When that game ends, this coaching carousel finally stops. Raider Nation, this feels different. This doesn't feel like panic. This doesn't feel rushed. This feels intentional. If Clint Kubiak is the guy, the Raiders are choosing offense, development, and long-term vision. And honestly, that's exactly the direction this franchise needs to go. Now I want to hear from you. Do you want Clint Kubiak as the next head coach of the Raiders? Or would you rather see Arizona land him instead? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk football. And Raider Nation, if you love real Raiders coverage, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and help us hit 1,500 subscribers. This is Raiders Nation Update, silver and black forever.